How heavy is this glass of water? Melissa, would you care to answer?
8 ounces.
12 ounces?
16 ounces.
The absolute weight of the glass doesn't matter. It depends on how long I hold on to it. If I hold it for a minute, nothing happens. If I hold it for an hour, my arm will begin to ache. If I hold it all day long, my arm will feel numb and paralyzed. Well, the weight of the glass hasn't changed, but the longer I hold on to it, the heavier it becomes. The stresses and the worries of life are like this glass of water. If you think about them for a little while, there's no problem. Think about it to hurt. You think about them all day long, and you'll feel paralyzed, incapable of doing anything.
Oh, it's so embarrassing to say at 55. I don't think I've clearly chosen a partner that's compatible for me. Yet, with all I know, I'm too smart to have chosen what I've chosen, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could have given myself the credit for how intelligent I really am.
Even actually when you were talking in the beginning about, you know, the kind of people who approach you and like, well, that's just who approaches me. I'm like, well, who do you approach?
I don't approach anybody.
Why not?
I've never done that before. Ever. I don't think I've ever approached a man. I've never asked a man out.
Why?
I don't know now that we're talking about it. I mean, now that I think about it, I mean, what is there to lose?
Right. Yeah. And then you get to actually be in the driver's seat and select.
And I do love the driver's seat.
That's to give yourself credit to not just that you didn't pick the right people, but you have to wait statistically for the right person to pick you.
Yes, what a lovely gift. You're so right. Maybe I'll give it a try.
You really should.
I think I should.
Your best sex, your best relationship, your most erotic life is like that way.
Woo!
That's really cool.
It's very cool.
A lot of people,
very cool.
It's way better.
I do. Now I want to try it. Oh my God, my girlfriends are just going to be like, bitch, we heard you say it on camera.
Whenever I see how women treat another woman who does not agree with the masses, I already understand what men are going through because I see it, but then I really, truly get it. It's almost like when you have a conversation with these women, you feel like you're suffering. You feel like you're going through it. They will pick and pick and pick and try to have the last word and debate. Once you are on the contrary, women will try to force you to feel like a victim, force you to feel like you have been taken advantage of. And when all of the tactics of their conversation are not working, then they start to deflect. They move the goalposts. Then they try to yank you all around. Before you know it, now you're talking about something that has nothing to do with the conversation. This is the same thing they do when they're in relationships with men and they get into arguments with them. By the end of the conversation, y'all talking about what he did 5 years ago.
When a man go through something, don't nobody give a damn. I'm being honest, bro. When a man need help, everybody telling the man up, get a better job, get more money. But when a woman need help, everybody cool with it. The first thing they say is, where your man at? You know what I'm saying? The man should be doing it. You shouldn't be doing it by yourself. It's the man. The man got to be the strongest person in the house. But when he weak, who helping that man be strong? You know what I'm saying? When that man going through something, who helping him? The man can't call on nobody. Huh? He got to do it all by himself. Even when he's stressed out, who helping the man? When he's suffering and struggling, who helping the man? He got to help himself. Ain't nobody standing with him, but he stand with everybody else. He pay everything. He do everything. He trying to keep everybody in order, trying to keep the kids in order, keep himself in order, keep his spirit in order, keep his mind in order. Who gonna keep the man in order when he out of order? Huh? When he needs somebody to help him. But a woman help everybody cool with it. Nobody say shit. Everybody got their back. But when a man go through something, he get stepped on, he get beat down, he get degraded, he get insulted, he get dragged down through the mud. You wonder what's wrong with these men. They going through it. They stressed the fuck out. They hurting inside, bruh. Men get tired of every time something going wrong with them, everybody shut down on them, bro. Everybody turn around, turn their back, and like he ain't nothing because he a man. It feel like you ain't human when you a man. Like, bro, I gotta act like I ain't hurt. I gotta act like I don't wanna cry, bro. I gotta sit in the room and cry to myself, wipe my tears away, and come outside and smile at my kids and white face like I ain't going through shit. Like I ain't dealing with nothing. I know men feel like that sometimes, bro. You try to be tough, bro. I don't care how strong you think you will, bro. But when your heart get hurt, bro, it's different, bro. When your people laugh at you, bro, when you suffering, that shit different. That's a different feeling, man. It's a different feeling. I don't think nobody understand what the hell I'm talking about right now. No. It ain't always the man's fault when relationship fail. It's because they failed him. When somebody failed you mentally and physically and emotionally, they failed you, bro. You try to spend time, they don't want time. You try to love them, they don't want love. They don't want a kid, they don't want nothing. They push you in the corner, bro. People push you in the corner and they expect you to smile while you in that corner hurting. You own family, they don't know you. Friends, they don't know you. You don't care about it, but damn, am I a bad person like that? Where everybody look down on me when I'm hurting? What is it about me that you don't like? What is it you don't want me to be? Is it something you don't want me to be? It's something you really see in me and you scared of it. People be scared of what's in you. They know how much love you got in your heart. They know what you want to do with your life. They just don't want you to get there. They want to be where you at. They want to walk in those shoes and sit in the same seat you sit in, bro. They want everybody to want to help you because they know once you get it, you got it. And it's going to multiply. They know it. So everybody say no so you won't multiply. So you can divide. So you can subtract. So you can lose. That's exactly what's going on, bro. Why these folks treat you bad? Because they know your heart is 100, bro. Because you never say no. When you never say no, you get used the most. Because everybody going to ask for something. Because this person here is available. When you stop being available, that's when everybody break you, bro. That's when everybody cut you off. That is real talk. When a man suffering, who the hell is there for him? These women put down men because they going through something or he needs something. Hell, the man didn't help every damn body. He ain't got nothing. He done gave his all to everybody. Now he wants something, he can't get it. Now he got to suffer with an empty heart. He got to suffer with an empty soul right now. Because ain't nobody put nothing into him. He put it all to somebody else. And what's up with that? Nobody want to talk about that, though. But it's all right, though. To all the men out there that going through it, bro, it's going to be okay. We going to be okay. We going to be okay. I don't care what nobody say. I'm not mad right now. I'm just explaining myself. It's just the way I talk. I'm just taking this shit serious right now. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I'm just keeping it real like that, though. You can't understand that real. Anybody, just don't watch the video. It's just real like that. All right? I said what I said. The truth hurts.
Men suffer in silence. Can never be a man. Men suffer in silence a lot. Yes, us as women, especially a black woman, we go through a lot automatically. Everybody knows that there's a lot of struggles that we face. But imagine being a man and you are told that crying is seen as weak, take care of everything and fuck your feelings, fuck how you feel, get up, provide this, do that. And then the minute you try to speak up or express yourself, you are called sassy, weak, doing too much. Just a man expressing himself in general is like seen in a negative light. I don't know about y'all, but I'm a crybaby. And I can only imagine me trying to cry and express my feelings and someone telling me, shut the fuck up. How you feel does not matter. You still need to get up. You still need to go provide this. You still need to go and do that. If I had to choose between being a man or a woman, knowing what I know about what the two face, I would choose being a woman every single time. I hope you guys are okay because I couldn't be in your shoes. Who takes care of the man? Who looks after the man? I don't care what y'all say, and I'll die on the hill by myself. I'm taking care of my man. I don't want him to feel like when he's with me, he's up against the world. I want my man to look at me and see relief. I want him to look at me like, oh my goodness, like, yes, I don't got to worry about doing all that extra crazy stuff while still being the head, while still being a man, while still being a provider. But he knows he has a helpmate. He knows that some of that weight is alleviated and lifted off of his shoulders because you know what I'm saying? Like, you carry that other half. But I can't be no man. I can't be no man. I don't care what y'all say. I don't want to be equal to a man. For all of you saying you want to be equal to a man, you're on your own.
Speak about how women are dealing with men who are now, because of this male space and these male conversations and podcasts, that now their men are changing on them, and they're not the men that they knew anymore. And these spaces are like taking over and making their men bad men and all that stuff like that. And a creator said that what women don't realize is that men have been taught to accept a lot of nonsense and to tolerate a lot of things, that if they knew better, if they knew their worth, if they had standards, if they had some type of self-respect and some self-worth, they would never have entertained in the first place. And so what's happening is not the men are being turned against the women. It's not that the men are becoming bad. They're not turning, into these evil guys. They're not becoming sassy, as you want to say. They're not, wanting to be chased. They're being the men that they were supposed to be from the beginning. And because men have been taught that they should tolerate a lot of foolishness from women, once those men realize that they don't have to deal with that, they stop dealing with that. And the women that was with them, because they dealt with that, start feeling a type of way. I mean, trust me, I've been on both sides of this. Like, I created this page specifically to tell men to tighten up, because we're the only ones that's going to change this. But when you grow up in a society that tells you that you're supposed to allow the opposite sex to do whatever they want, and if you say anything about it, then you're a bad guy, then that's all you ever know. I was hearing a creator say that, all of us born after 1975 are feminists, all of us, because the society has been feminist driven since then, since before then. So if you were born anytime after that, you are pretty much born in the mindset of a feminist. Your mindset, your default programming is that of a feminist. So it takes a lot for a man to break out of a mindset that he's grown up in his whole life. And so once you break that mindset, you look different to people who benefited off that mindset, particularly women. So when men are coming out here and saying, I have standards, I don't want to deal with it no more. I don't have to deal with that. I don't have to chase you to take care of you. I don't have to accept all the flaws that you have, while also feeling bad that I'm not what you decided I should be. Like, once men start doing that and start living in that truth, it becomes very jarring to the women who used to use those men for those reasons. Now, don't get me wrong, there are plenty of women that are going to do right by good men, and sometimes those women are going to get the backlash for women that are doing bad things. But however, I think it's a benefit for society as a whole for men to recognize their place in it, to understand what they're expected to do, because deep down inside, every woman knows they need a strong man, whether they benefit from it or not. They know strong men are valuable and necessary. And I think that was a very revealing statement that creator made when he said, men are not turning bad to women. They're just realizing that what they were considered to be bad as is actually what's good for them. And now that women are having to deal with those men, understand that they don't like it, and they just flip the script to say that, these men are sassy, or these men are wanting to be chased, these men are not good men. And you got to be careful, because women are very, very sneaky with reframing things. Like, you'll have a conversation about one thing, and she'll move the goalposts to something else where she can control the environment or control the topic to make it a more of an emotional conversation than a factual conversation. And I think that's what women are trying to do with this, and men are just not allowing them to do it. Like, no matter what I say, no matter what I do, you're always going to feel a way about it because it doesn't benefit you. So you're going to flip that into saying that, oh, well, you want me to be a certain type of way in order to get something from you, then you must be this. You try to shame a man for saying that he wants his life and the woman in his life to be a certain way. You're trying to shame him, because if you're not that woman or you don't qualify, you're going to make it seem like he is the wrong one, rather than you not being the one that can measure up. And I think that a lot of men have caught on to the fact that women don't have as much power as they thought they did. And they're starting to live in that ability to, set standards. And so it was just very enlightening to hear that revelation that, you know, men are not changing in a way that they're becoming worse. They're changing in a way they're becoming better, and revealing that the women that were using them were the worst partners in the first place. Very interesting when you pay.
What's up, family? How's everybody doing today? Blessed, highly favored, and loved, right? What's the goal for the day, y'all? What's the goal every day? Man. Up in here. And get somebody to smile and make sure you smile, y'all. Big facts. Beautiful day today. I went to my daughter's dance recital, my youngest. Got to see her perform. So beautiful. Baby, you did a perfect job. Wonderful. Congratulations. But you know, the whole time I was there, I just felt negative energy. You know, I had the rest of my children there in their other half. I brought my lady with me, and the negative energy that I felt from my own kids, it's a sad world we live in. I talk about this all the time, about emotions. Understand the emotions to overstand the devil within you. And I've just felt bitterness and confusion and anger. My oldest came to the event and just sat down. Her boyfriend I said hi to. And she just sat down. I'm like, damn, what did I do? That's what I talk about. When people have this spirit on them, it don't matter if it's your damn kids. It's gonna be family first. The ones that's closest to you. That's why there's so many of y'all that's out there that is chosen or gifted. You're going through this. Because you're gonna be the oddball out of the family, out of the relationship, because you see things for what things really are. You see things differently, and you have your Christ conscious still. While everybody else is dealing with emotions, making decisions from emotions, being controlled by their emotions. It's sad, y'all. And I'm just looking like, wow. And it's exactly what I mean. When you got the other half that's not teaching and showing their kids discipline and how to control self, because everything is mental, and they just let them run wild and do what they want because they of this world, that's exactly what the devil wants. For everybody to think that they're just free to do whatever they want. There's no consequences, no repercussions, no remorse, no nothing. It's sad. Emptiness. What's not going to affect them now will affect them later on. The yin and the yang. There's always consequences to the things we do. Understand how the universe works, y'all. You got to make sacrifices. And a lot of us make the wrong sacrifices. Dealing with life, thinking we grown at an early age and we know it all. Why? Because our emotions is controlling us already. And we're already making bad decisions. I'm paying attention to everybody, everyone around my children, and even my own children. I'm like, wow, the influence is strong. The generational curse is powerful. Their mamas and grandmas is over them. These are women with no men. How can you be successful in life as a woman when you have no men to back you up?
Women lack wisdom and awareness, and it's so disheartening that in 2025, I have to say this, that women lack womanly wisdom and they lack awareness. They are, I would say, they're intellectually intelligent when it comes to academics. Yeah. But when it comes to womanly wisdom and understanding how men function, they are bankrupt. And so we're dealing with this, and it's like, well, what do I do? I'm like, girl, how is it you walk around here? I'm a boss chick, and I make $250,000, and I drive my Range Rover and all that. But you crying on my phone because of some man that you didn't have a standard with, treated you a particular way. Put that degree over here and be that smart girl over here. The same way you got it over here. What's the problem? It's because we've been taught to spend so much time being educated and being successful in the marketplace that the very thing that women crave the most, which is the love of a man, she has put no effort into that.
Tell us the truth! Out here living your best life, doing all bad all by yourself. Do you, boo? But I promise you, in the future, you will look back and you will regret the decisions that you made. It is not worth it.
So,
yeah,
hold on.
Come on.
Gotta play devil's advocate here.
I love devil's advocate.
So what about the men? Why is it that
it's a double standard?
Oh, why is it?
Yeah.
Like a man's confidence is defined by how many women he break down in his bed.
Why does the sun come up in the east and go down in the west?
Because God made it that way.
Why do the stars sparkle?
But that's God's law.
Why is the sky blue even though it's not blue? Why? I don't ask those questions.
Tell us the truth! Can a woman ever recover from being an OF
never
model?
No.
What?
Absolutely not.
But she changed her life.
So her question is, can a woman ever recover from being an OnlyFans model?
Life, Sarah. She found God, Sarah.
Well, okay, let me reiterate. Can she recover? Yes. Will she have the best options of high value, high earning masculine men? No.
But
it doesn't matter.
She's abstinent.
She sold her body on the internet.
She's abstinent
People
now.
People have seen her busted, spread wide open. There's no way.
She dressed modestly now.
What is modest when you've seen it all?
She is a member of the PTA, Sarah.
I love that for her. Ladies, We have to do a better job of measuring the consequences of our actions in the now. Now, although femininity deeply lives in the now, we also have to be mindful of what's going to happen in our future. If you decide to be ran through, if you decide to have an OF, if you decide to...
It's funny, last time I did this, I was wearing this same shirt and my uncle son's cufflinks. It's pretty ironic.
You get this whole thing.
I did. Make sure.
Where'd it go there?
He flipped it on you, Sam.
It's a flip.
I don't know what's going on. I was trying to be nice. I tried to be
Nah. Just this. We don't want to. Where is it? It's pretty. It was beautiful. Pretty good for a fireman, right? At that time, but.
Can I have it?
Yeah. I know everything. That's right. I know everything. I had to see his skinny little pill. I wasn't in. What? I know about all the Plan B pills you had to take, you filthy. You. I know, bitch. That's right. I know everything. Don't act like you don't know.
What are you talking about?
I hate you. I never hated anyone like that. I hate you. I hate you for what you did to me, the betrayal. I hate you for what you did to my children. You know exactly who it is. You know exactly who it was, too. I don't make me. I know everything.
I don't know. I don't know.
Everything.
Uncle Benny.
I hate what you did to my children, the life you stole from them. You want me to show them? I'll show them everything. You sure you want that? I don't need to. You know who it is.
Sleeping with another guy. Are we sure? What the? Of course he's. He knows. He knows.
Says, if you are a woman and you hang around women, you'll start to understand what men be complaining about. And if you a man and you be around men long enough, you'll start to see what women be complaining about. The more you just pay attention to your gender, the more you will see what the opposite sex be talking about. Men do not be lying about the stuff they be saying about the ladies. I'm sorry, y'all. I just gotta tell the truth. I just gotta tell the truth. And my husband be saying the same thing. Like, the ladies is not lying about this stuff they be saying about these men. It's not made up. It's not made up, y'all. I'm not even joking. The things that men and women are saying about each other is true for the most part. It's true. And I know it's true because I be observing it. I done did it. Some of the stuff I done did it. So I know they're not lying. So that's kind of like, that's why I talk about the things I do on my page, because I'm realizing, like, nobody's really lying about none of it. Nobody's really lying about none of it. So we really should start building.
If you see siblings that used to be close like this, but then they far apart now, like they don't really speak to each other, they ain't really got no relationship no more like that. Look at the mama. The mama, 9 times out of 10, that's the root cause right there. What a toxic, narcissistic mama does is they go to one of the siblings, talk about the other one, and then vice versa. She do the same thing with the sibling. And what that does is it starts to create that space. It starts to create that skepticism, that suspiciousness, like you start to look at them differently. They start to think about you differently. But a lot of times one of the siblings are still like, they getting out of the whole cycle breaking, the toxic mindset. They getting out of that, and they starting to see the mama for who she truly is. So now the one that's starting to see the mama true colors, that's the one the mama really finna start turning on, and she gonna start favoring the one that she can easily brainwash. See, the one that see the mama true colors, she can't get over on that. The mama can't get over on her no more, because she's starting to see straight through that toxicity. She can't brainwash her no more. And so she gonna go to the weak-minded one, the one who's not spiritually aware, the one that's still oblivious to the mama's tactics, to the mama being used by the enemy. Yeah, she still don't know. So that's the one the mama gonna go to smear the other one's name, tell lies on, make up stuff about. See, the toxic narcissistic mama need those enablers, those flying monkeys. She need that support system. Mind you, y'all know the enemy gotta team up. He gotta have his little spawns, his little imps, his little minions to team up against one child of God, one chosen one. That sibling that came to her senses, that's in her right mind, that she can't brainwash no more. That's the chosen one. That's the child that's always been treated differently. That's the black sheep of the family. That's the one that's choosing to break them generational curses. So now the mama got everybody around her, everybody in cahoots with her to team up against that one child. Now everybody looking at that one sibling like she crazy, like he is crazy. Why? Because this sibling does not think like everybody else in the family. This sibling is different than everybody else in the family. That sibling can see things that other people can't see in the family. So they labeling you as crazy, as something wrong with you. You need help. All the stuff that you remember happening in the family, when you say something about it, they completely flip it on you like none of that ever happened. So since that one child is not under their mind control no more, can see clearly now, is actually thinking differently and moving differently from the rest of the bloodline, the rest of the family, now they all turn on that child. That's when that separation happens. That's when that separation occurred. That separation between them two siblings that used to be like this. That's why they ain't got no relationship now. It all started with the mama. And then it started with the mama getting in everybody's ear and brainwashing everybody else. Everybody else getting in cahoots with that mama. And so everybody is against that one sibling because don't nobody else got no mind of their own. That sibling, that one child, that black sheep of the family, that's the only one that got a mind of their own. That's the one that they can't brainwash. That's the one that they can't control no more. So now, in order for that one sibling to be successful, to not be attacked all the time, that sibling, that child has to walk away from everybody. That child got to go pursue their own life, got to go do their own thing, something completely different. And if that child tries to go back around these people, that child is going to see more of those people's true color. So it all started with that toxic mama. So 9 times out of 10, it all started with that narcissistic mother. And another thing, she don't want those two siblings to ever be close now that they are adult. Why? Because they're gonna find out who she truly is. Or should I say, the sibling that's already seeing her for who she is gonna educate the other sibling on who she is. And now both of them siblings are close again and they don't fool with a toxic mama. That is how the enemy works through the mother to separate the children. She'll turn the entire family against that one child because ain't nobody got no mind of their own. Ain't nobody willing to sit down and get to know that black sheep. When they show you whose side they are on, move accordingly. Go no contact with your toxic family. I promise you it's going to be the best thing you ever did. The truth going to come out eventually though. You ain't got to do nothing. Keep moving forward.
What kind of success is that? All I see is selfishness everywhere. Why? Because women had turned into men and they want to just blame men for that. When it's society, when it's yourself, because it's always been about self. You got to take accountability, and we fall short of this. And again, the more you don't take accountability, your mental is getting fucked up, because as a kid, when a kid is spoiled and they don't have to take accountability, as they grow up, what happens? They're a spoiled ass fucking grown kid. Make it make sense, y'all. What do you think is happening to a lot of women? Y'all don't see this? But I know, I'm gonna trigger you. Because you're in your emotions. You still are not at this understanding of life and how to listen. Have shut-upness and listen. I had a family member I had to shut down because that demon kept coming at me. Why you did this? Why you did that? And why you put this on this post? Why you said that? Don't worry about why I said it. It's open to the world. But the hit dog will holler. How you take it, hey, that's on you. But now that we're talking about it, let's get to it. And the minute you start digging into it, that demon is already like, yeah, I got you. Because they're going to fight with emotions right back at you. They're going to turn into a narc. They're going to manipulate you and gaslight you. That didn't work with me. God gave me a discernment for a reason. I literally spoke to that person, got off conversation with them and ran across a video that literally explained everything I literally went through with my family member. And I sent that video to them. Shut that demon down. Conversation was over. They ain't want to be bothered no more. Now, I guess they're in their emotions. I don't know. Now we can't have a debate. This is what they do when they can't win. They retreat, and then they act all innocent. No, demon. I'm gonna fuck with you and I'm gonna get you. Because I know who you are. And you know I know who you are. And you don't like me because of it. I get it. I deal with so many people that's like that. Until they really get to know me and I get to talking to them, they have a change of heart. Why? Because I'm triggering that emotion in their heart. That demon don't like that shit. Y'all got to get to this understanding, y'all. It's in our family members. It's the closest ones to you. Your wife, your children. Be careful. You have to teach kids this. Teach your sons this. They're going to be dealing with young women that's not at this understanding, that's going to sit there and suck them right in at an early age. I'm telling you. Girls starting to date at a young age. Damn. Not even a teenager yet and you got a boyfriend. Y'all don't think that's sad? I ran across a video and the guy was like, man, you know, back in the days, you know, I knew this young girl, she was like in the 7th grade and she was already pregnant. I'm like, fuck. He was like, yeah, you know, I spoke to her and she was like, she started having sex at 11. And her mama knew she had a boyfriend. A boyfriend was 5 years older than her.
I was in 7th grade, dog. And that was a girl in 7th grade. That was a girl who was like 8 months pregnant, dog. And now that I know what I know, at that point, she probably was just sick every day. Didn't even want to be at school. But in 7th grade, you haven't even reached the point where you can drop out yet. You got to be in school. And so she was there, man. Then she disappeared for a couple of months. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, when she came back, I ended up smashing her. But I didn't even know she liked me because she was like, you know, she was in that spell where she just was sitting in class. She ain't talking to nobody. She ain't doing that. But then it probably was a little bit of the embarrassment of being like, I mean, I ain't gonna lie, when she came back, I ended up smashing her. But I didn't even know she liked me because she was like, you know, she was in that spell where she just was sitting in class. She ain't talking to nobody. She ain't doing that. But then it probably was a little bit of the embarrassment of being like the 7th grader that's pregnant at school, right? And so after that, man, I end up talking to her, dog. And I just said, man, I asked her a serious question. I said, well, if you pregnant in 7th grade, like how long you been having sex? Man, that girl said the same dude that got her pregnant, dog. It's 5 years older than her and been on her since she was 11. And this is the thing, dog. Her mama knew it.
Yeah.
Her mama knew it. Now, that's the first girl who ever cold approached me. And I just said.
Sad case, y'all. But again, you can't say nothing to a woman. They don't know how to take accountability. They're gonna gaslight you. Deflect. That's their job, to keep that spirit secure and safe. We gotta wake up, y'all. If you out there and you are chosen, you have logic, start using that shit. God gave you that for a reason. The Most High gave you that for a reason. Don't lose that. And deal with other people's emotions. Make it make sense to you. Think about that, y'all. It's an evil world we live in. But with that being said, what's the goal for the day, y'all? Man, get somebody to smile. Make sure you smile. Big facts. Look, we love y'all. Y'all have a blessed, highly favored, and loved day. Peace.